Okay, let's do that.
Yes. Yes. King,
Yes,
respect.
brother. Enough respect, you know.
Thanks for coming to make such a wonderful show. How did you enjoy the vibe here?
How did I full joy?
How did you full joy?
Alright, don't forget that word. Full joy. Alright? Honestly, it was brilliant, so brilliant. You know, my fans were really nice. I probably get some new fans tonight. And I know some Massive Attack fans is there also. So I really full joy myself.
Zen.
I never want to stop, but I had to stop.
You are now on the spring tour across Europe with the Asante, and I know that you are working with the Asante already for many years, right?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. They're really, really, really brilliant people, you know. So Basie, brilliant. They're all brilliant. I love what Basie when him. It was nice, man. You know, the people were really nice, and I love it. And their energy make my energy even go more.
Same.
So both energy, the energy that musicians are letting out, get me the way they, you know. I don't wanna stop singing.
Same.
They play so really brilliant. It's, you know, it's not me alone make the show. The musicians, I think, are more important. Without the musician, then the artist can't sing.
True.
Right?
True that.
And without the artist, the musician, they can't play. So it goes both ways. The energy is right. You know, and if the crowd is there and the energy for the musicians go down also.
Zen. Zen.
So we try to get that energy to get everyone, which is really nice.
Zen. Very nice unity on the stage, no? So,
Yeah, man. I love stage shows.
so full joy in Prague.
Yes, I love
Full
stage
joy.
shows.
Lovely. Do you record with the Asante also albums? Do you do some studio work together?
Well, no. Drummy all the while saying, let's record Big Wheel. In that not style,
See.
right? Not style. In that cultural aspect,
Yes.
you know. And I said, every time I say yes, then I talk about to Jamaica. You know, everyone on stage was really brilliant,
Zen.
as you can see.
Definitely.
Yes. And I love it, you know. I love it, honestly. You can see where the energy come from. I don't smoke spliff, you know, my brother. I smoke chalice 24/7. So I hardly smoke when I come here, you know. And one drink of brandy and my head going foom, 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 foom. So I hardly, it's nice, man. And when I see the Rastaman, then every time I go on stage, I always look, where's Rastaman? Where them is? Alright. So you get me, you know, really nice. At first, when I came on stage, I also was wondering, where's the Rastaman then? Then I see one Rastaman, he was bending down low, taking the photograph. And by seeing him, I started to see more and more, you know, so the energy get sweet. Yes, man, no ready to burn the fire, call the Rastaman in there.
Rasta Global, you have no problem about white Rasta, right? Because there are many people who are talking strange things about, you know.
Never say white, Caucasians.
Okay, sir.
I'm a brother. I don't believe in this stupidness, white and black. No. We all came from the Garden of Eden. Now, where's the Garden of Eden? If you look, so much animal in Africa, it must be the Garden of Eden. That's where everyone came from. You know? Everyone came, I think after the flood, some people went, people scatter. They say the flood, we don't know. That's what they say. You know? That's what they print and tell us. But I kinda believe in Genesis and Revelation. I love the Psalms and I love Proverbs. I read Proverbs a lot of time. A lot of time my heart goes down, you know? Because as a young man, boy, we should not drive a car. and we start pretty shoes. Them things do come, you know? And then someone in the head said, read Proverbs. And when I read Proverbs, I see what Job went through, I can't do it. It's a material thing, it's not. And then I know that we all get blessed from the womb. We all blessed before we were born. No man get blessed when in born. They get it before in born. You know, trust me. You know, some man accept things. Accept the wrong, or some man, you know, him settle down and say, why I'm not doing the wrong again? But he still get the blessing. You know, his talent born with him. I never know I would be a singer. I never know. I wanted to go like Clint Eastwood and like Claude Mossop, this bad man in Jamaica. You know, but then I don't know. You know, start to smoke the herb. And I don't know where this knowledge come from, you know, my brother, where it come from. But I think I was being groomed. You know, because I used to love read history of the Arawak Indian, Marcus Garvey, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King. I used to go to the library and I would read history of the American Indians, history of the Arawak Indians, history, you know, and you know, I read about Paul Bogle, you know, everyone, and I read about Stokely Carmichael, all of them things, and I was wondering, why was I reading them books? Someone I think someone was proving me, put me into that direction. Trust me, my brother, else I wouldn't be around, you know, I would never be around in this time. And Prague is so nice. I came on the day when they were protesting against the government. Me not like no politician. Them too damn lie. They lie and they lie and they lie and they lie. For interest, they make the young youths them die. Old man. Push the things in the youth them. Or go to another man's country and kill them. For interest. It's so sad. It's so sad. Politicians can't get it right, and they will never get it right. Big up the revolutionaries.
reggae music and the music, how you do it, is like a very spiritual music.
Yeah, man, it's very spiritual.
Do you think that there is a reason why this music is not having enough media attention nowadays?
Right. Because they say when Bob Marley died, reggae music died with him. That's so disrespectful.
Ooh.
It's so disrespectful to Peter Tosh, to Bobby Wheelers, to Burning Spear, to me, I can go on and on and on and on. Because they will never make another reggae artist reach that heights. That's what I say, you know.
Yeah.
But we never know. You know, they will groom a Sean Paul to how he is, right? You know, they don't want the Rasta man.
Yeah. Too conscious topics. Yeah. Too much of the consciousness in the music. Yeah.
Yes. See, they big up Sean Paul. They can't stop the Marleys them. And the Marleys them, their dad already set it.
Yeah.
You know? And I remember when I see Ziggy, we were saying, yes, Ziggy is the artist, Ziggy is the man, you know? And Julian and all of them, we respect them. But when Junior Gong started to, everybody was laughing after him. He's the worst Marley. Honestly. Remember they were saying, you know, he's the worst Marley because he was DJing. And at the beginning, it wasn't brilliant, he was learning. No, Junior Gong is the biggest thing in the world. It's the biggest Marley I have. You know, we were Ziggy, and I love Ziggy. We said, yes, Ziggy's the man, Ziggy's the man. Junior Gong.
He was sitting on this chair some 2 years ago. No?
Yeah?
Yeah. I want to ask one more question about like while you was recording on the end of 60s, now already at Studio One with Coxzone 70s. 70s. How was the vibe there in the house? There were so many young artists, everybody like trying to record something. That's one part of the question, and the second is like when you recorded Skylark in that moment there, like did you knew while you was voicing it that it's gonna be hit?
No, man, you can't predict the future.
Yeah.
You can never predict the future. Because I didn't know that I would be sitting here. I wanted to be the baddest guy here, but trust me, all my friends, we want to be the baddest and the biggest gun. Rule. No, that never was to happen. I remember when I went to Studio One, I have a brother named Frank. We call him Frank Melody. He's the one who says, "Sleepy, come." Give me his guitar, practice to play guitar. Phil Pratt, with Sunshot label. And me and Era Dunkley, Phil Pratt teach me to play the guitar. And Frank, me and him went to Studio One 1970. Because we was singing as Horace and Frank. And we passed the audition, and the guitar, everything was good. But when we went to the studio, inside the Studio One and started to sing, I think he was in Europe, I was in America, and the guitar was in Jamaica. We failed. So he said to me, "Boy, Sleepy, you alone will try, man." I said, "No, sir, me alone can't try, Frank." He said, "Yes, you alone go." And I went by myself. And I remember the Sunday evening, I was nervous. So I was a lot. He said to me, "Well, young man, I was singing around the back, practicing." And he said, "Man, you're bad, So every time, you're not gone up yet." That was the last person. And when I went, and I said, and the first song I sang was, "You got to be sure of a woman's love." Everyone who went to audition came around and stand up and look at this little youth man, and said, "Why you man, you're bad, you're in vice." When I said, "Something's on my mind, I got to tell everyone." Mr. Dad, man. He said, I think he said to him inside his head was, "Why, this is a new talent. This one is bad." So Mr. Dad, man. May he rest in peace. He was such a brilliant man, And I remember I went to the studio on the Tuesday and I recorded the songs then. That was history, but I couldn't sing. Although I went to Studio One at that time, I couldn't sing. Honestly, I couldn't sing. And so Dennis Brown, me and Dennis started to move around, And I was going Ethiopia World Federation. But Dennis was singing with Boris Garner Happenings. He got the Falcons. He was singing with the Chinaman band. And, he sang over. Dennis never used to write. He begged me, Fever, he begged me all of my songs. And I give him What About the Half. I gave him What About the Half because I was going to Ethiopia World Federation. I was learning from Gadman, Muta Baruga, Simeon, Gadman, all them people. But then he changed it to 12 tribes of Israel. And because I went away from Jamaica, but I still say Ethiopian World Federation. I go and look for my 12 tribe president, but Ethiopian World Federation is what His Majesty gave us. So I'm not gonna promote it, Trust me, I will stick to it. And some things I see happen, I wanna get to that. I'm not here to judge anyone, predict anything on anyone, disrespect anyone, But straight Rasta and respect, People want to live their life, that's their life. They want to know the Rasta man on the right way, on the right track. And every Rasta man play a Rasta woman.
Are there any like which voices of Jamaica do you like nowadays from the youth then?
Why the youth them not hear my brother? I have a song say every day them a kill, kill, kill. What them getting out a kill, kill, kill. I was singing a little piece of it, you know already. Every day them a kill, kill, kill.
This is what voice.
Every time that song play, when I play, I haven't released it yet. So just 2 weeks ago. You know, I go in the studio and I said, I'm gonna record and don't stop. And I've got 11 songs. I didn't go to say make an album. I'm just gonna make some. And when I reach 30, then I'm gonna stop. And I'm gonna look, you know. They use them now here, my brother. It's so sad. Today's a Monday?
Monday.
No, yesterday. Another young girl, 15-year-old, who went, then she got killed. And them say it's crossfire, police and madman buck up. It's horrible, man. They make a song that says, when you point it at the head at the right way, at the head of it, he said to me, well, young man, you know, I was singing around the back, practicing. And he said, you man, you're bad, you know. So every time, you're not gone up yet. That was the last person. And when I went and I said, and the first song I sing was, you got to be sure of a woman's love. Everyone who went to audition came around and stand up and look on this little youth man, you know, and said, why you man, you're bad, you're in vice. You know, when I said, something's on my mind, I got to tell everyone. Mr. Dad, man. You know, he said, I think he said to him inside his head was, why, this is a new talent. This one is bad. So Mr. Dad, man. You know, may he rest in peace. He was such a brilliant man, you know. And I remember I went to the studio on the Tuesday and I recorded the songs then. You know, that was history, but I couldn't sing. Although I went to studio one at that time, I couldn't sing. Honestly, I couldn't sing. And so Dennis Brown, me and Dennis started to move around, you know. And I was going Ethiopia World Federation. But Dennis was singing with Paris Ghana happening. He got the Falcons, he was singing with the Chinaman band. And, you know, he sang over, Dennis never used to write. He begged me, Fever, he begged me all of my songs. And I gave him What About the Half. I gave him What About the Half because I was going to Ethiopia World Federation. I was learning from Gadman, Muta Baruga, Simeon, Gadman, all them people. But then he changed it to 12 tribes of Israel. You know, and because I went away from Jamaica, you know, but I still say Ethiopian World Federation. You know, I go and look for my 12 tribe president, but you know, Ethiopian World Federation is what His Majesty gave us. So I'm not gonna promote of it, you know. Trust me, I will stick to it. And some things I see happen, I wanna get to that. I'm not here to judge anyone, predict anything on anyone, disrespect anyone, you know. But straight Rasta and respect, you know. People want to live their life, that's their life. They want to know the Rasta man up on the right way, on the right track. And every Rasta man play a Rasta woman.
Are there any like which voices of Jamaica do you like nowadays from the youth then?
Why the youth them not hear my brother? I have a song say every day them a kill, kill, kill. What them getting out a kill, kill, kill. I was singing a little piece of it, you know already. Every day them a kill, kill, kill.
This is what voice.
Every time that song play, when I play, I haven't released it yet. So just 2 weeks ago. You know, I go in the studio and I said, I'm gonna record and don't stop. And I've got 11 songs. I didn't go to say make an album. I I'm just gonna make some. And when I reach 30, then I'm gonna stop.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna look, you know? They use them now here, my brother. It's so sad. Today's a Monday?
Monday.
No, yesterday. Another young girl, 15-year-old, who went, then she got killed. And them say it's crossfire, police and madman buck up. It's horrible, man. They make a song that says, when you pint it at the head of the right way, at the head